This News Update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works, understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.
Upgrade to Lime!
This is the Barbados Today Morning Update for Monday, January 26, 2015, a birthday edition. I'm Carol Williams. Good morning. Cabinet has given the green light for the financing of the state-of-the-art multi-purpose sugar factory that had an estimated cost of over $270 million US. In making the announcement last night to a packed audience of the St. James South Democratic Labour Party branch meeting, Agriculture Minister Dr. David Estwick said financial details are still being worked out with the Answer Merchant Bank. He said more information will be provided this week.
I'm happy to report that on, I think, 2-3 Thursdays ago, I think it would have been the 8th now, Bill, the Cabinet approved the financing for the multi-purpose sugar factory, and the Answer Merchant Bank, the CEO, had left Barbados on Saturday. We are now finalizing the funding for the field side of the multi-purpose of the Barbados Cane Industry Restructuring Project. So which means I'm hoping to have a meeting on Wednesday where I can now lay out to the press the way forward for sustaining the agricultural sector, both on sugar side and in non-sugar side.
Meantime, Dr. Estwick also announced he will be making a pitch to his cabinet colleagues next week for cabinet to shift its strategy on infrastructural projects, saying several of them have not come on stream as anticipated. He insisted that the country must look at a stimulus program that targets many small to medium-sized projects rather than major ones that have less likelihood of materializing. Dr. Estwick, who heads Cabinet's Infrastructural Committee, says he has already held discussions with Prime Minister Frondel Stewart and will raise the matter with his cabinet colleagues at the body's next meeting.
I've asked him to chair a meeting of the Infrastructure Committee. I'm hoping for Friday next week, so that we can sit down as a group and try to shift the strategy around. But I wanted him to do it as Prime Minister, so that he would set the tone going forward as to how we would resolve some of these issues. And the reason for this is this reason. And there's nobody to blame. How many years you have been hearing about all the projects that we had supposed to start? But the problem with the starting the projects that the start of those projects are not under our control.
Staying with politics, Senior Government Minister Donville Innes has blasted opposition leader Mia Motley for renewing her call for the establishment of an eminent persons group to deal with the economic problems in the country. Innes, who rejected Motley's call when it was first made a year ago, contended at last night's branch meeting that it's an insult to elected representatives.
I detest any politician, any elected member of parliament, including one who aspires to be Prime Minister of this country, saying that the 30 of us who are elected to Parliament are idiots, we are fools, we don't know how to manage the affairs of this country, and therefore we have to go for a group of so-called eminent people who invariably are white shadows, not necessarily pigmentation, sitting in the back, faceless and nameless, but who all of a sudden got all this brain.
Meantime, while the MP says he won't comment on the situation involving House Speaker Michael Carrington, who's involved in a legal dispute with a client, he is not happy with the actions of the opposition. In fact, he made fun of the Barbados Labour Party members who have decided to walk out of the House of Assembly anytime the Speaker is in the seat. Innes said though he does not support the decision to have the Committee of Privileges hear the matter, it should be allowed to do its work.
If we have an institution and we have structures, and parliamentarians determine that this is where a particular issue should go and be addressed, we then let that particular arm of the parliament do its business. But to seek to hijack the process and to, want to deal with things in your way doesn't speak volume about good leadership.
On to other news now. A University of the West Indies official is recommending that Barbados reform its education system. Pro Vice Chancellor in charge of planning and development, Professor Andrew Downs, says there is too much wastage and the country needs to move from what he termed as the middle income trap. Addressing the graduation ceremony of the Erdiston Teachers Training College held at the Lord Erskine Sanford Center on the weekend, he said Barbados needs an educational transformation.
To move in that particular direction, I would argue that we require some degree of what we call creative destruction of the educational training system. That is in terms of curriculum reform, how we deal with pedagogy, how we deal with assessment methods, how we deal with transition arrangements from one level of the education system to another. If we're going to be enhancing our capabilities, enlarging choice, and reducing wages, we need therefore to take a serious and critical look at this.
To a bit of good news now, the price of cooking gas has gone down. Effective midnight, the cost of the 100-pound cylinder declined by $7.32 to $173.55. The 25-pound cylinder is now selling at $48.49, a saving of $1.83, while the 22-pound cylinder costs $42.83, a decrease of $1.61. The price of a 20-pound cylinder is down $1.46 at $38.94.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It's grand. It's a celebration, and it's just for you. It's Barbados Today's birthday bash, and we are big on giving. Join the party and dance away with this fantastic deal. Book a full-page graphic ad during our birthday week, January 26th to 30, for an unbelievable $500. Or book 5 email blasts. Or better yet, take both offers and get great value. Join the celebrations on the #1 media platform of choice. RSVP with our Barbados Today birthday team, Omisa and Tamisha, at 417-1000. Let's get this party started.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, with a solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To sports now, long-serving regional Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is calling for the head of the West Indies Cricket Board president. The Vincentian leader says Dave Cameron's leadership is poor and embarrassing and he needs to be fired or resign. Dr. Gonsalves was speaking in reference to Cameron's handling of the recent players' contracts impasse, which resulted from a disputed memorandum of understanding and the subsequent abandonment of the India tour by the West Indies one-day team. His comments also come just 6 weeks ahead of the WICB annual general meeting, when Cameron will be up for re-election. In the region, the UN Security Council has called for Haiti to organize credible elections as soon as possible. It also wants the country's leadership to govern responsibly and inclusively in the absence of a functioning legislature. The call came at the end of a 3-day visit. Haitian President Michel Martelly began governing by decree on January 12th, when Parliament was dissolved amid a bitter political stalemate. Internationally, anti-austerity party Syriza has won Greece's general election. This puts the country on a possible collision course with the European Union over its massive bailout. The governing centre-right New Democracy has come a distant second. And that brings us to the end of our Barbados Today morning update, a birthday edition. Join us again this afternoon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Lime TV to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Carol Williams. Have a great day.
This news update is brought to you by...
Everyone's looking for more space.
How many pairs of shoes do you need?
Closet space.
Circle again, I think I see one.
Parking space.
And that is how Pythagoras' theorem works. Understand?
Even headspace. But when it comes to data storage, MyCloud from Lime has plenty of room for you. Upgrade to a Lime data plan of 500 megs or more and get 3 gigs of MyCloud data storage free. It's great for storing photos, music, and much more. So don't delete it. Store it on MyCloud from Lime. It's the only space to be.